So every Tuesday during the NFL season, we just do it for the NFL season. I spend a lot of time in it because I have no life. I do the herd hierarchy. And it's the top 10 teams in the league. And I'm proud to say that generally by the end of the year, our 4 or 5 teams at the top end up doing very well in the playoffs. We had the Philadelphia Eagles way up there before everybody else did all year long. And I saw this story yesterday. John Gruden says, if I fail, I won't take the Raiders' money. If I can't get it done, I'm not going to take their money. And I thought, this thing has dumpster fire written all over it. They have a head coach that hasn't coached in a decade. They're the poorest franchise in the league. They're moving soon and haven't won a playoff game in 16 years. And in their division, they are not close to the Chargers and Chiefs in terms of overall talent. And this is going to be a mess, right? Like, we know that, right? I know there's a lot of Raider fans. This is not going to work, right? I love Derek Carr, but if I said before the year, I said there's one team that's got a star quarterback that's going to implode, you'd be like Oakland. Like, this thing has a chance to just be a powder keg. So I thought to myself, instead of the herd hierarchy, why don't we do the herd dumpster fire-archy? These are the 10 teams in the NFL that I think have a chance to absolutely implode this year. The dumpster fire-archy. Denver Broncos, number 10. Great organization, high expectations. John Elway's impatient. And, oh, yeah, they almost fired their coach last year. And, by the way, they bring in Case Keenum, and everybody in Denver's like, oh, he won 13 games for the Vikings. He's going to be great. Case Keenum's record was way sub 500 before he entered a great roster in Minnesota. Again, this division's really good. They almost fired their coach, and John Elway is not a patient man. Denver, number 10. Jacksonville. Oh, Deshaun Watson's back. I guess you won't sweep Houston. Andrew Luck's back. I guess you won't sweep them. And by the way, the Titans did sweep you last year. I think right in the middle of this season, people in Jacksonville are going to go, oh, wait, we have the 4th best quarterback in this division. We've got to make changes. Jacksonville, number 9. I think I got these guys too low. Seattle Seahawks. I know. I'm from the Pacific Northwest. But in the last 5 years, 13 wins, 12 wins, 10 wins, 10 wins, 9 wins. Now Cam Chancellor, retired. Cliff Averill, retired. Richard Sherman, gone. Michael Bennett, gone. Earl Thomas wants to be traded. Offensive line, still not great. I think Seattle, division's way better. Rams better. Niners have a franchise quarterback. I still think Arizona is one of the more underrated teams in the league. I think they're a year away, an offensive line away from being really, really interesting. Seattle, number 8 on the herd dumpster fire-archy. Bears. Are we sure Mitch Trubisky's any good? We know Green Bay's going to be better. We know Minnesota's loaded. Mitch Trubisky didn't throw 2 touchdowns in any game, right? You realize he started 1 year in college, and they were babysitting him last year. Like, there's a possibility, well, not even a possibility. He's the 4th best quarterback in this league. He's not Aaron, and he's not Stafford, and I don't think he's Kirk Cousins. And I didn't love him in college. I think the Bears, historically, they have been a mess more than they've been good. Could be a mess. Number 7. Sorry, Joey, Miami Dolphins. I mean, Ryan Tannehill's back, but ownership, front office, I never trust the Dolphins. I just don't trust them. I mean, they've let go of some really good players. I don't know. Adam Gase, is he? Yeah. Cleaning house works if you go 5-1 to start the season and everybody buy. What if you go 1-5 with their schedule, which all their tough games are on the road? And then all of a sudden the team bails on the coach who started over and got rid of really good players like Jarvis Landry and Ndamukong Suh. I think it could be a powder keg too. Carolina, they've never had back-to-back winning seasons under Cam. They're getting frustrated with Cam. They called him out before last year. Now they bring in Norv Turner to help Cam. And their division's really, really good. Atlanta's the best team, I think, in their division. Maybe the best team in the NFC after Philadelphia. And New Orleans is real good. And what if they finish 3rd and the Norv thing doesn't work? And then people in the organization, halfway through the season, they're 3-5, deep 3rd place. Atlanta is like 6-1, 6-7-1, and New Orleans is 6-2. And people are bailing on Cam Newton because even Norv Turner can't help him. Watch out for Carolina. Baltimore Ravens. Fans are tired of Joe Flacco. He's underperformed his contract. Fans are tired of John Harbaugh, who's underperformed his contract. Ozzie Newsome's now, the GM is gone. He was kind of the rock-solid guy. And you got Lamar Jackson, who is, if nothing else, interesting. So whenever you have an underperforming quarterback and a really, really interesting new first-round rookie quarterback backing him up, you get the Tebow situation in Denver. Fans start shouting, Lamar, Lamar, when you're 0-1 and you're 0-2 and you're 1-3. This, I think, maybe I got them at 4. Maybe I should have them higher. Detroit. They're just an annual participant in our dumpster hierarchy, our dumpster fire-archy. Is Matt Patricia going to work? Does he feel like a head coach? Well, he's smart. A lot of guys are smart. Charlie Weiss, he was smart. Smart's not everything. Can you relate to guys? Do the alpha males in the room buy you? He's a defensive guy, and his best player is a quarterback. I don't know. Matt Patricia, to me, that was a story earlier. Players not necessarily buying into him. I don't know. That could have been a blog thing. I got Detroit number 3. Tampa Bay, Jameis Winston, going to miss the first 3-4 games? The marketing department doesn't have his name on the billboard. I don't think that's a very good sign. Listen, the kid's not mature enough right now. It's called franchise quarterback because it's about the franchise. And do you really want to give the keys to Jameis Winston? He's been in trouble in college. Now he's trouble in the NFL. He's just not mature enough for the position. I mean, again, if he was a linebacker, I probably wouldn't care. If he was a right guard, I wouldn't care. If he was a corner, I wouldn't care. If he's a safety, I wouldn't care. A wide receiver. He's a quarterback. Grow up. I mean, by the way, he's easily the 4th best quarterback in that division, and he's not close to Breeze, not close to Cam, and not close to Matt Ryan. The 4th best quarterback in a division usually means you've got disarray coming now or very soon. It's got to be the Raiders. Doesn't it have to be the Raiders? John Gruden hasn't coached in a decade? If I take 2 weeks off, I'm rusty. Who can leave an industry for 10 years? Well, he was close to it. Yeah, I can listen to the radio. If I'm gone for 10 years, I'm not going to be very good on the radio. I don't know. I just don't see it working. Don't like the defense. They're moving. Poorest owner. Don't trust the ownership. Stadium issue. Do Gruden and the GM like each other? You'll see pictures on the internet they do. That doesn't mean anything. A snapshot doesn't mean anything. What's the working relationship? You heard grumbling toward the draft. There is my herd dumpster fire-archy. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from the herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.